Welcome to another episode of the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. I'm your host, the Ultimate One, coming to you live from New York City. And today we're going to be talking about our two favorite clowns, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. As you guys well know, that this past week, I believe it was Friday, Mr. Seth Rollins did a some type of interview with somebody, I think from UK. I don't remember what it was, but then where he was complaining about how his own WWE fans, the ones who support him, were complaining about everything that they do. They nitpick everything that's going on in WWE. Well, Mr. Seth Rollins, once again, you open your mouth and now you put your foot in your mouth one more time. Because these are the same people right now who are supporting you in your venture of not the messiah of the WWE. And even after they gave you the belts, you still want to go and make things even worse. I don't know. Maybe I feel like he's probably dumb. I don't know what to say. I mean, like, that just is really dumbfounded when I'm dumbfounded when I hear a guy who just been given the tag team's belts along with Buddy Murphy, who I feel Buddy Murphy should not be in no tag team. This guy has a lot of talent and he could go in a major run in a mid-card title. They put him with Seth Rollins and AOP, and now Mr. Seth Rollins just went and added more fuel to the fire that he was already been hated by a lot of wrestling fans because he don't know when to shut up in Twitter or any podcast that he's in, whatever the case may be. But here he is today, and he's over here talking about the WWE fans complain about everything. Well, they have the right to complain. This is the same fans that support this product, spends money to go to these live events and to support you, and yet your company does not give them what they want, which means good product. You know, as far as this Monday night, as you well saw, they started off Raw very good, but then all of a sudden, you have, by the end of the night, Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy beating the War Machines, because I'm going to keep calling them the War Machines, for the WWE Tag Team titles. When the War Machines been Tag Team Champions for God knows like 2-3 months, and all they became giving them was jobbers and jobbers and jobbers, beating everybody, showing how dominant as a team it is. Well, when you beat on jobbers, not really showing you dominating. You should be in there with guys like the Street Profits, the OCs, and if Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins was going to go for a shot at these titles, they should have just went and competed for these titles. But instead, they gave it to them. And now we're seeing now that the ones left out of all this is AOP. And as my friend Jay Santee from Turnbuckle Tabloid told me this Friday, was that they're agreeing as shit. They're not ready to do a run for the title. But then I asked myself, well, they were NXT champions, and they were like brawlers. They had Paul Ellering with them, and I guess Paul Ellering couldn't handle the schedule, whatever. I mean, I don't blame the guy. He's been in the business for 30, 40 years, so who wants to be 365 days on the road? But that leaves now AOP as bodyguards. So, I mean, will they get the title shot, or will they turn on Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy down the line? I don't know. The Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe tag team, that looks good. And teaming them up with the War Machine was a great way to start a feud. But now War Machine loses the belt. What's going to happen to them? They're going to get lost in the shuffle. I'm telling you that right now. You know. Another thing that I have a problem with, since when Drew McIntyre is a fan favorite? Since when? This guy has been saying that he's the best in the world, whatever. And you know that the WWE does stuff, and they're trying to insult the intelligence of the fans by not giving the fans what they want. That's number one. But just insulting intelligence, all of a sudden now Drew McIntyre is trying to be fan favorite. What's the purpose of that? And another thing I saw Friday, now Elias is a fan favorite now. So that's what I'm saying. They insult people's intelligence, and they still have the Shield propaganda, the Shield agenda that they've been having for quite a while. Still trying to stick Seth Rollins down the throat. Now they're trying to act, I say Roman Reigns has been very quiet, but They're trying to shove him down the throat. Sooner or later, it's gonna happen tonight at the Rumble. He's gonna win the Rumble tonight. I'm telling you that right now. He's gonna win the Rumble and whatnot. He's gonna face the Fiend, and he's gonna beat the Fiend because hey, it's Roman Reigns, and the agenda, the Shield agenda, still going on, even though Moxley's not there no more. You know what I'm saying? WWE's doing little stuff here and there to counteract AEW. I mean, think about it. Monday night, Omega and Paige won the tag team title, and they go and they give the belts to Seth Rollins and Murphy. You see what I'm saying? Like, why are you worrying about the other brand, AEW? They're not competing with you on Monday nights. And the reason I say that is because the Jericho Cruise, where Omega and Paige won the belts on Monday, was pre-taped for the Dynamite show that happened on Wednesday. So, you think WWE's not looking at them? Of course they're looking at them. They're trying to compete, and you're gonna lose. You're losing because you're not focused on your brand. Your brand right now is garbage. You got Seth Rollins speaking for you, and every time this guy opens his mouth, he just tarnishes your brand. Now we have Becky Lynch talking about, the women's title should not have the name woman, and the announcer should not say women's division. Really? So when they say, they're fighting for the WWE title, which title? The men's title or the women's title? Because it's just stupidity that comes out of these people's mouth. It's like they speak out, they don't think of what they say it, and then they deal with the repercussions later on, and then you have all this social media going after them, and then they're getting mad like, you're attacking us, you're complaining. No, you don't make sense. You make no damn sense. I usually don't like doing podcasts about WWE because most of the time, WWE podcasts that I do, it's always something negative. Nothing come out good out of this. Humberto Carrillo, this guy's lost a bunch of matches to AJ Styles when he was the United States champion. Now they're going to put him against Andrade. Please tell me you're not going to give him the belt. Andrade's been squashed, it's been put down, never pushed really, with the potential that he has. He was an NXT champion, and now you give him the United States title. He has a great match with Rey Mysterio on Monday, and that's not the main event. It makes no sense. This is what I'm talking about. It's just they do everything ass backwards. They're not doing certain things, and then you have clown number one and clown number two talking stuff that don't make no sense, and you insulting the same people who are pretty much how to say that, they are supporting you. You guys are still talking crap, and now you threw rocks at a glass house because now you're talking about the WWE Universe complaining. So I guess 2020 you're gonna be losing more fans because y'all guys don't learn. Y'all guys do not learn. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Now you have, Baron Corbin's another guy who goes into social media and starts berating the other company, AEW. Why are you worrying about them? Worrying about your little Burger King storyline that you got going on that nobody really cares for you. You do when that's a guy that I felt like when WWE forced him to get his haircut and walk around looking like he's a waiter for Applebee's. I said, don't get me wrong, because Baron Corbin can wrestle, and that's the part that I hate what they're doing with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate him as a person. I don't hate him as a wrestler because he's a good wrestler. It's the part they got him with. Dolph Ziggler, another guy who should be gone. That guy's done nothing, in the last couple of months. Bobby Roode, they destroyed him. The glorious guy who was the glorious in NXT, the Robert Roode I knew from NXT, and now they got him teaming up with these two guys. Why? The Usos came back, but the Usos they got on with Roman Reigns for now, and the only reason they're doing that is for them to get popularity again because they lost a lot of fanfare after them getting arrested for, DWI, both of them, whatever the case may be. But it's ridiculous. It's very ridiculous that this is going on, and people don't see that. People just don't see that, and they think that, that us professional wrestling purists are attacking WWE Universe fans. No, you have to look what it is. And most of these guys, they go on Twitter and talk crap about, the product is good, give it a chance. Those guys say, give it a chance, or why you complaining about it's a good match. You're the same guys that don't come out of your bubble. You don't come out of WWE world. You put every promotion down. You don't care about no promotions. All you care is about WWE. Then you shouldn't be on Twitter because you're gonna get the minute you open your mouth and say something stupid, you're gonna get attacked by other fans who love wrestling overall. Watch every freaking promotions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm one. I'll look at NWA and see what's going on. If I don't like it, I'll move on. I'll go to the next one. I'll go to Ring of Honor. If Ring of Honor is not doing well, then I go to Impact. If Impact is not doing, I go. I don't stick to one place. Right now, my favorite right now is New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's my favorite right now. And then number two comes AEW. You know what I'm saying? And I'll criticize AEW with their nonsense too, with their women's division. That's the weakest part in AEW, the women's division. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that when they don't introduce wrestlers and do vignettes and introduce them to the crowd first, they just make them come out and then you don't know who the hell they are. That's AEW's problem. WWE got bigger problems. You know what I'm saying? Vince McMahon don't care. McMahon knows that a lot of people, you know, especially the investors, the stockbrokers, they're good. They're making money. They're getting money out of advertisers. They're getting money because they're in ESPN. But really, in reality, you don't care about the fans. The average working fan who goes and have a 9 to 5 job to make sure that their kids get to watch you guys, or regular guy, regular Joe like myself, go and I want to watch a good wrestling match. You don't produce, so it's a problem. And now with Becky Lynch talking about rebranding the women's title, taking the women's word out of the title, this makes no sense. Why would you do that? So the way if somebody's watching the title, oh, this is for the WWE title. Which WWE title? The men's or the women's? We're gonna call it. We can't call it women's division. What we're gonna call it? The chicks division, the little girls division. You know what I'm saying? So it makes no sense to me that people will allow, or WWE would allow this. And this it's funny how this is going on right now. The fact that Tessa Blanchard just won the men's world title, and all of a sudden now, 2 weeks later, now Becky Lynch wants the woman's word deleted from the belts. Because why? Because Tessa did something that a lot of your females right now wish they could do. Besides the fact that she has a black cloud rolling over her because of bullying and accusation that she used the N word, she still did something that a lot of these female wrestlers wish they were able to do. And that's why now, all of a sudden, Becky Lynch is trying to make a difference in the women's division. When you made a difference from the get-go 5 years ago because you was part of the women's revolution. If it wasn't for you, Sasha, Bailey, and Charlotte coming in and making the women's division because of the NXT product that was then good back then, which is still good, none of this stuff would have happened. None of this stuff would have happened. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for that. But y'all did it, and now you want to come and change things around? What the heck? And it doesn't matter what you do because the women's division at NXT is still better than any division, any promotion. NXT right now is the number one company in the world right now, besides AEW. AEW right in the United States, they're the number one company right now. I don't care what anybody tells me. WWE can be the number one company because they got more money, but then again, AEW has more money. But AEW then comes to NXT. A lot of people will say different NXT for AEW. But AEW right now is good, but the women's division isn't. And NXT is very good with the women's division and their overall product. So let's say, okay, NXT may be number one, you know. But remember this, if there was no NXT, WWE would probably be looking like Impact or Ring of Honor right now. You know, I mean, the Ring of Honor is making a push, but that's what would have happened. But you guys may not want to believe me. You guys are going to probably attack me once I put this video up, but I don't care. Because I speak the truth. I've been watching this since I was 5. That's 45 years. Yes, I'm gonna be 50, and 45 years I've seen it all from the Bruno Sammartino era to now. And would I give WWE a chance? Maybe. Well, it depends how the Rumble goes on tonight when I see it. And the reason I'm doing it is because Jay Santee from Turbo Tabloid was like, give it a chance. But I won't give it a chance. Let's see what happens. Well, what happens tomorrow night if I switch that Monday Night Raw and the thing is garbage again? So who knows? And the quick notes here. Lance Archer is in works with AEW, and if you guys don't know who Lance Archer is, Lance Archer was part of the Killer Elite Squad and New Japan Pro Wrestling. They won various IWGP Tag Team Championships, and also recently Lance Archer won the IWGP United States title from Juice Robinson because Mr. Moxley wasn't able to defend it, so he had to forfeit the belt, and Lance Archer won that match over Juice Robinson. But then Moxley just came back for the Wrestle Kingdom and beat him in a Texas Death Match and took the belt. So now it looks like Lance Archer will be coming to AEW, which means AEW should be ready to do a secondary title. And it's about time to do it because you got too many guys there, and you're focusing more on tag team and Jericho, but you're not focused on the single guys, and you need to start doing that. And then Lance Archer comes in there, that will be great because they may start another feud between him and Moxley. Brian Cage out for 8 months, bicep injury. He got that from Hard to Kill a couple of weeks ago. And a couple of weeks ago, we all thought, because after his match at RVD, which was a no contest, the Twitter blew up, claiming that he was going to sign with AEW. His wife shot down those claims, and now he looks like he is going to be out for 8 months. So we'll see him probably in August. Who knows? August, all out. I'm saying it right here now. All out. He'll be in all out. Tom Lawler will wrestle Haku. Yes, Haku Ming, the same guy who was a badass in WCW, the father of the Gorillas of Destiny. He will wrestle Tom Lawler in a show called Threat Level Midnight. I believe that's in March. So that's the. I don't really know much information about that, but as we come by, I'll give you more info. Rich Swann undergoes surgery on his ankle. He's another guy who got hurt in Hard to Kill, and now he is out for, I don't know, undetermined period of time. So, I mean, an ankle injury, you probably in surgery, you probably be out for like 4 or 5 months, depending. Kota Ibushi, New Japan. They have the New Beginnings USA tour that happened started this weekend. He is not going to be any of those shows, so he is not. Again, he is not wrestling because he got flu-like symptoms, so he's out of it. Also Vince McMahon and Pat Patterson, there's claims that these guys showed up at the Rocky Johnson funeral drunk, and people were saying that they were wondering if the family got offended by it. Well, reports say that they weren't offended. I guess they were cool with that. Rebellion for Impact will be on April. That will be happening soon in April. So I don't know whose matches are not been announced yet, but they're gonna have a one night only, and Aces and 8 will have a reunion. The fake NWO, I call them, because they tried to be like NWO a couple of years ago. Even though the storyline was pretty good, but the bad thing that came out of that was when they formed the main event Mafia, which was Sting, Samoa Joe, Magnus, who's now Nick Aldis. They added Rampage Jackson. Yes, that's what Dixie Carter days, trying to go into the mainstream media by putting a UFC wrestler or fighter into a wrestling match during those days. Also, Ring of Honor, I believe I mentioned it on Thursday, for another Ring of Honor Supercard. It'll be in Lakeland, Florida, I believe April, and they already have Amazing Red also in that card, and that is adding to already Kenta, Ishimori, and Jay White, and Will Ospreay, who are going to be in those in that show. So don't forget to see that, guys. That's going to be good. And Marty Scurll is already doing his thing with the booking. So so far the card is looking good. So hopefully, it's funny how I said a couple of weeks ago that I was not going to watch Supercard of Honor, and now it looks like I will be watching it to see what's going on. I'm going to be following Ring of Honor right now because hopefully things will change. They got a new faction called La Facción de Gobernables, which is the Los Gobernables de Mexico, because now they can't use that name in AAA. So they can't use that because it's owned by CMML, I believe, or I don't know, I'm not sure. So anyway, guys, thanks for supporting my podcast. I hope you like it. I also have an audio podcast called the same thing, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. You see it on the top right there, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, and I'm also in Spotify. I'm also in Apple, so check that out. You'll be able to do that. So hopefully you guys could support the podcast and support the this podcast. It's going to be on YouTube. Support it in my YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every upload that comes in, and hopefully you guys can continue supporting. Hit the click on top on the my YouTube channel. You get the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Anchor. Anchor is the audio podcast. You'll be able to listen to that. So thank you once again. Definitely, I'm very grateful you guys supporting. Shout out to my boy Jay Santiago, who invited me to his Turnbuckle Tabloid podcast this past Friday, along with the Mook. And I'm very, very happy that you guys invited me. Hopefully we could do it again. Talk more Ring of Honor, talk more AEW. So with that, guys, thank you very much for support, and I will see you next week.